Welcome to our creative space. Today we're diving into the wonderful world of abstract art, a realm where imagination knows no bounds. Don't worry, there are no mistakes here, only happy accidents. Every stroke you make is a step towards discovering something new. Abstract art is about freedom, expressing your emotions through colors and textures. It's a dance of hues and forms, a symphony of visual sensations. It's about letting go of rules and embracing the joy of creation. Imagine the canvas as your playground, where every splash of paint is a burst of joy. Let's get started. You don't need to be a master painter to create beautiful abstract art. In fact, sometimes the most stunning pieces come from those who are just beginning their artistic journey. Oil painting is a forgiving medium, allowing you to blend, layer, and experiment to your heart's content. The richness of the colors and the smoothness of the texture make it a joy to work with. The key is to relax, have fun, and let your intuition guide you. Trust your instincts and let your inner artist take the lead. Remember, there's a masterpiece waiting to be discovered within you. Each brushstroke is a part of your unique story, a reflection of your inner world. So pick up your brush and let your creativity flow freely. The canvas is yours to conquer. And don't forget, art is also about community, sharing your work, learning from others, and growing together. So join us in this journey, and let's unleash our inner artists together. Keep experimenting, keep creating, and most importantly, keep having fun. The world of abstract art is vast and full of endless possibilities. Happy painting! Brushes are your magic wands in the world of abstract art. They come in all shapes and sizes, each leaving its unique mark on the canvas. Just like a carpenter needs different tools, an artist needs different brushes. For bold strokes and covering large areas, choose a wide, flat brush. A filbert brush, with its rounded tip, is perfect for blending and creating soft transitions. For fine details and delicate lines, reach for a small round brush. Experiment with different brushes and discover the effects they create. Choosing the right canvas is like selecting the perfect stage for a performance. It sets the foundation for your artwork. For oil painting, a stretched canvas is ideal. They come in various sizes, so you can choose one that suits your vision. A smooth canvas surface is great for detailed work, while a textured canvas adds depth and character to your painting. You can even prime your canvas with gesso to create a smoother surface or add texture. Remember, your canvas is your playground, so choose one that inspires you. Colors are the language of emotions. In abstract art, you have the freedom to use any color combination that speaks to you. Don't be afraid to experiment and let your intuition guide you. Start with a limited color palette of primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and learn to mix them to create a wide spectrum of hues. Add white to lighten colors and black to darken them. Remember, a little goes a long way with oil paints. Section 5. Brushstrokes, dancing with color. Brushstrokes are the dance moves of your paintbrush. They can be bold and expressive or soft and subtle. Varying your brushstrokes adds visual interest and texture to your abstract painting. Try using long, sweeping strokes for a sense of movement, or short, choppy strokes for a more energetic feel. You can even use your palette knife to apply paint in thick layers, creating interesting textures. Don't be afraid to experiment and find your own unique style. Section 6. Abstract for beginners, simple techniques. Abstract art is for everyone, even if you're just starting. It's a form of expression that doesn't require years of training or a deep understanding of traditional techniques. The beauty of abstract art lies in its freedom and the ability to convey emotions and ideas in a non-representational way. Here are some simple techniques to get you started. These methods are designed to help you explore and experiment without feeling overwhelmed. Remember, the goal is to enjoy the process and let your creativity flow. One easy technique is to create a wash by thinning your paint with a medium and applying it in a thin layer over the entire canvas. This can serve as a background or a base layer for your artwork. The wash technique helps to create depth and can be built upon with other layers of paint. Another technique is to use masking tape to create geometric shapes and patterns. This method is great for adding structure and contrast to your piece. You can experiment with different shapes and sizes to see what works best for your composition. Simply apply the tape to your canvas, paint over it, and then carefully remove the tape to reveal sharp lines. This technique can be used to create clean, crisp edges and interesting designs that stand out against the rest of your painting. These are just a few ideas to spark your creativity. Don't be afraid to try new things and make mistakes. Abstract art is all about exploration and finding your unique voice. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in your abilities. So grab your brushes, gather your materials, and start creating your own abstract masterpieces today. Remember, there are no rules in abstract art, only endless possibilities. Section 7. Texture and Depth, Adding Dimension. In this section, we will explore the techniques and methods that can transform a flat, lifeless canvas into a vibrant, dynamic piece of art. By incorporating texture and depth, you can create a painting that not only captures the eye but also engages the viewer on a deeper level. Creating texture and depth in your abstract painting adds visual interest and makes it come alive. When you add these elements, you invite the viewer to explore the painting more intimately, discovering new details and nuances with each glance. This can evoke emotions and provoke thoughts, making your artwork more impactful. One way to add texture is by using a dry brush technique. This method involves using a brush that has very little paint on it, which allows you to create rough, textured strokes that can add a sense of movement and energy to your painting. The dry brush technique is particularly effective for creating the illusion of texture on a flat surface. Dip your brush lightly in paint and then drag it across the canvas, allowing the brush strokes to create a textured effect. The key is to use a light touch and to vary the direction and pressure of your strokes. This will create a more natural and interesting texture. Experiment with different brush sizes and types to see how they affect the texture. You can also add dimension by layering different colors and textures on top of each other. This technique can create a sense of depth and complexity in your painting. By layering translucent colors, you can create a rich, luminous effect that draws the viewer in. Each layer adds its own unique character to the painting, contributing to the overall composition. Start with a base layer and then gradually build up layers of paint, allowing each layer to dry partially before adding the next. This process requires patience and careful observation. As you build up the layers, pay attention to how the colors interact with each other and how the textures evolve. This will help you create a cohesive and harmonious composition. Don't be afraid to experiment and take risks. Sometimes the most unexpected combinations can lead to the most striking results. Section 8. 10-Minute Masterpiece, a step-by-step guide. Yes, you read that right. You can create a stunning abstract painting in just 10 minutes. Start by choosing a limited color palette and squeezing a small amount of each color onto your palette. Apply a thin wash of color over the entire canvas. While the wash is still wet, use a dry brush to add texture and create interesting patterns. Don't overthink it, just let your intuition guide you. Section 9. Finishing touches, sealing your creation. Once you're happy with your masterpiece, it's time to protect it with a varnish. Varnish seals and protects your painting from dust, dirt, and UV rays, ensuring its longevity. Allow your painting to dry completely before applying a thin, even coat of varnish. You can choose from a glossy or matte finish, depending on your preference. Once the varnish is dry, your masterpiece is ready to be displayed. Remember, there are no mistakes in abstract art, only happy accidents. Embrace the unexpected and don't be afraid to experiment. The beauty of abstract art lies in its imperfections and unique expressions. So go ahead, unleash your inner artist and create something truly special.